Here you are.
Just the two of us for now.
You look beautiful, my dear.
Thank you. This was really a marathon, huh, for the two of us.
Yes, definitely.
I was thinking about well, this will give us the time because we are expecting for people to come at the sharp
9
time.
o'clock. Yes.
I was thinking that everything, when something is meant to be, there is always an obstacle.
Yes, that happens quite often, I have to say.
but it's every time when I want to do something and I am not sure, I feel that I should do it, but I am not sure. Yes. If the people around me, they only say, Deborah is here. Whoa. Yes.
Bella, macho.
The thing that I notice is that if everybody supports what I want to do, for me, it's really not a good sign. Like if every technology is working perfectly,
yes,
it's not a good sign.
It's not a good thing. So something has to be a mistake, or something must happen.
Yeah, to get you. Tell me what you felt this afternoon when we were rehearsing this.
Well, because you know, I am not the greatest one with technologies, so and everything is going so fast with the internet and all these lines, you know, alternative lines like Instagram, wherever, no. But it's okay. I just thought somehow we will do it. Even I was thinking if you could not see me, I was thinking, okay, I just speak, you know, but of course it's not the same because, you know, one image, it is worth it than, how was the saying? Una imagen vale más 1,000 words, yeah. So finally we did it, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy to see you, so happy to see that Deborah is here and all the people which is going to join with us. And I feel very thankful for you to decide to do this interview to me. It's very important. It's an important thing for me. So, and that's it.
And it's also very important for me, and I want to take this time that we are still in this few minutes before we are a bit more private, to also tell you that I was really honored that you were my first yes for this project.
I'm the first one. Yes.
You were my first. And so I had a lot of dates, and people are very resistant at being the first. You didn't ask me if you were the first, if you were the last, if you were the fifth. You just said, "Oh, interview. Oh yes, of course, yes." Of course. And I was like, "Oh my God, thank you." So
I don't know if that means that I'm brave or a bit unconscious. You know.
No, but you're not unconscious. You are conscious. I think that you are very conscious of opportunities. You have always been. Like if someone asks you to do something, if someone asks you to sing, you are not going to think if you are going to sing or not. You do it. If someone asks you, this is my impression of you during these years that I've known you, Tonia. If someone asks you to do something, unless even if you don't know, you tend to say yes, but okay, but then explain me how to do it.
Yes,
this is my
and it's funny, this question that you are, this reflection about opportunities, because I think when we get older and mature, not let's say mature.
Yes, it's not. It's our company, our former company. I was going to say the company. We don't get old.
The thing is, you develop like a kind of intuition to cap the signs that is telling you that you have to go that way. When we are younger, sometimes we can miss those opportunities. But this is a very, I think I've been taking my opportunities in life. Probably I've missed so many, but for me it doesn't matter, because the ones I took those are the ones that I have to take in that moment, and that's it. You know, it's not worth it to think, oh,
you don't know. Deborah is saying that you don't know any limits.
Yes, Deborah is too good with me. I know limits. I know limits. But yeah, I think we have to be brave in life, and at least to try what we want to do, or to try any new thing. And I have a lot of fears, like everybody. But what I don't do is that those fears will be the ones who limit my potential. I will recognize, okay, I have fear. I don't know how to do this, or I don't know which way do I have to go, but my heart is telling me to go somewhere. And it's not easy to find that direction. But yes, there is something inside that tells you go, that no matter how, let's go, and we will see what's going on. Maybe I find a lot of stones in the middle of the path, or because they have to stay there somehow. Also they have to be there also, and let's see what do I do with these obstacles that I will find in my path, and that's life for me.
Today I went for a walk with a friend of mine, and during this quarantine, her husband, she has 2 kids about the age of my son, 20. One is 20, the other is 22. And her husband, who is he works in a hospital, but he bikes, he cycles.
Yes.
So he went last year to the Pyrenees, you know, with his group to cycle. And when the quarantine was about to finish, so let's say that before we could go out into it, he left his home with his son, and I would say 100 meters from his house, he crashed a bus.
Yes.
He had this major accident, so he broke all his half right. He's at yes, but he's okay. He's okay. He's had several surgeries during this time, but he's okay. And his wife, my friend, she was saying that we were talking about this, that sometimes you have everything figured out. You seem to feel and to know that everything is going in a very smooth way. And then she pointed out this situation because her husband is coming out of the hospital after 2 months. And she said that everything was so smooth, and all of a sudden she had to learn a lot of things. He had to learn a lot of things. I mean, they had to learn as a family how to deal with this. But even him at the hospital, he has the feeling that he had to go through this because there were some changes in his mind, you know, in terms of positioning and in terms of family. I'm not wishing you to have a crush, to have a
no, but I think I understand.
There are different ways for you to be awakened, either with an accident or any other situation.
Yes, because everything that happens in life is like a kind of lesson. Once you are conscious about what are you doing in the world, and you are learning about who you are, because I think somehow we are returning at home now, you know, with all this, which is, yes, come inside, just to rediscovering who we are. And then when you are into that, call it vibration or call it whatever you want it, every single thing that happens in life is something that you have to live, even if it's the most awful thing in the world. I know this is quite hard to hear, because somebody could say, but my son died, and that must happen to me. I think that's a kind of circumstances in life that we have to live. But of course, I have to say, I'm talking about my spiritual way to see life. Okay, that's my perspective of life, which is a learning. It's a learning.
It's a continuous learning.
It's a continuous learning. Yes. So.
Very well. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm so happy to be at your house, at your place.
And I'm so happy as well. Yes. And it's very nice to be talking to you, because we know each other since more than 10 years, I think. And you see how life can change. And now we are doing different things as well. So I'm very happy.
It's very nice. Tonia, when every time I think of you, it's very interesting, because every time we met along these years, we were experiencing different things, but more or less the same awakening. I mean, in terms of awareness, and in terms of consciousness, and in terms of listening to our intuition, let's put it this way. So it was really a privilege for me. I've told you already, but I want to repeat it, that it was really a privilege for me to reconnect with you, because once in a while I do think of you, because I remember some of the talks that we had, or some of the experiences that we shared. So it's really lovely to keep it flowing.
Yes, definitely. I think sometimes you see how these kind of connections you have with people, you know, we walk like in a parallel kind of circumstances in life, because in our case, we have a lot of things in common, but this is not a coincidence, because I think it's not a coincidence at all. It depends which is your stage of consciousness. No matter if I'm not saying we are iluminados, lightning. No, I'm not talking about this, because all of us in the world, we are the same. So, but the thing is, there is like a kind of experience in the spirit of the person that gives a kind of signal, and you find the other ones who are vibrating in that kind of signal, right? So it's, for me, coincidence, they doesn't exist, and that's why you and me, we are here, and Deborah and Pedro and a lot of people is listening to us.
Tonia, it's more or less like tuning into a radio station. Like there are many different radio stations at different frequencies, and you connect to someone who is into the same radio station.
Yes, and as Deborah says, she's one of those things we have in common. Yes, you are, my dear.
Tonia, tell me, because we are already inside our time, okay, of this live, which is for me, it's the second time. For you, I guess it's the first time.
My first time.
It was so funny this afternoon because we were rehearsing this to make all the connections correct, but we couldn't make this thing work. So it took us
Yes.
a lot of time to get into this, but then we realized that if Tonia started the conversation, we would have to move to her house, and this would work. So I'm really happy that it's going. Tonia, voice and consciousness.
Yes.
How did you come up with this idea, with this project of putting together voice and consciousness?
Consciousness. Well, the thing is, I become from a musician family. So music has been present in my life since I was a baby. And there are so many artists, and I was singing for many years in my life as a professional. And that side of music is, as I told you, in my DNA already. And then I decided to do Gestalt psychology, which is a current psychology is current that we are more focusing here and now, and it has a very nice dynamics. We use the body, and we dance and movement. It's not only talking like other therapies.
It involves it all.
It's a different way to do it. And that arrived into my life, and those 3 years that I was studying, for me were really, really important. So after that, I just decided to leave my job that I was having in that moment for several circumstances, and I decided that it was time for me to go ahead with this idea that I was having of how could I write to the people with some kind of method that they can know themselves in a very deep way using their voice to arrive to that kind of consciousness, to have an awakeningness, experiences, no, to know themselves in a better way, but deeper. And then I was just, okay, I'm going to combine music, and I'm going to do this dynamical, because I found that to express your voice in a very, very good way. I mean, this is not a big discovery. A lot of people knows that you need to use your body. And in our body, we have also our emotions. And when you move the body and you use your voice, many things can happen. So many things can happen. And then I was starting to do this method, and now I'm practicing with my workshops and individual sessions, and it's nice. I like it.
You are teaching something that you yourself have experienced in your life, like
yes.
Being healed or healing through singing, healing emotionally through singing, right?
Yes, in my case, because I was lucky to be in contact with music since I was a kid, I could say it's been like my medicament. But it was not enough to be in contact with music. I have to do this psychology course that took me 3 years to know much more about me, and that helped me. But that can arrive in different ways. Maybe you decide to start drawing, or to find something that you really like, or to start doing cakes. Somehow to do something that you can create, it can put you in contact with yourself, no matter what. We were talking about this the other day, you remember? No, it's not the question to do something really spectacular. It's the question of to keeping in touch with your heart and your soul, and to know how to enjoy the moment here and now. I think that's very important, to learn how to enjoy happiness from being here and now, as I am here talking to you right now.
Exactly. And giving the person your total attention, your being there, enjoying there, giving it fully. Totally agree. Totally agree. Tonia, can you please give me or give us an example or a situation of one of these that you do in your techniques? Because the other day you mentioned that activity with the chair.
Yes, okay. This is more Gestalt psychology. I'm not, that's one of the technicals we have in the psychology, but I'm doing different ones because I build my own method, okay? So my workshops are very dynamical, especially there is the introductory, which you don't need any kind of experience, which is the one I'm doing right now, because I'm designing another ones, like a little bit more advanced for people that is more used to use their voice. But the one I'm doing is for everybody. So because everybody asks me, but I don't know how to sing, and I said, but you don't need to sing. You don't need to know anything. Even it's even better for me if you don't know. If you know nothing, okay? So these workshops are very dynamical. I use the music, and as I tell you, and we dance, and we do like a little bit like a theater. So people is working, they can work 2 together or 3 together. I make different groups, and I have technical voices that I teach them. And I make them to sing all together, not separate, because they get so nervous. And it's not only by singing. What I want them is to use their voice. So, for instance, one thing is, okay, let's choose a theme that you want to talk about, no matter what. Maybe the sea, you want to talk about the sea, but show me all the tools you have to seduce me, and not in the sexual aspect, to seduce your public, okay? In this case, they don't have to sing. They only have to project their voice with emotion, and we see the reaction of the public, and then I ask the public, what do they see in the person? What kind of attitudes they saw. It's very interesting. And many things, lots of things happen, lots of things. And I have dynamicals that I make them to stay here and now, right in the moment. You have to be there to experiment. And there is a lot of movement and music, of course. There is a lot of music. People has a very happy sensation when they leave the workshop.
Okay, I believe so. I truly believe so. Like, now tell me, because before this, we worked together at the travel retail, and would you say that working for over 10 years in sales and connecting to the public, did this help you build this with the Tonia that is today? Would you say that?
It's not that it helps me. It was the best school I could ever have. And also I was very lucky because I found very good and professional and interesting people. And you know that in this ambient, laboral ambient, which I'm so grateful, thankful for that. And it makes the difference, of course, because as a commercial, you have to treat every day with many different people from many different nationalities, and you have to develop your psychology with them. And it's not an easy job. It's quite a difficult job, but it's one of the best schools you can have, and definitely that is it makes what I am now, apart from other experiences. But it is a big part of my life, and yeah, it's been a big school. Yeah.
Excellent, Tonia. Since your title, the theme of this live is called Voice and Consciousness, Can I hear your voice? Can we hear you singing?
Of course. Yes, of course. I knew you were going to ask me to sing something, and I choose a song that I think it has beautiful words for these moments that we are living right now. And I'm going to sing without music, so
Perfect.
Just like this, natural, as I like. I think natural things.
I'm feeling back already and relaxing.
Are you ready? Okay,
yes,
so for all of you, with all my love, I'm going to sing "We Are the World." Okay, but you will let me to read it because I forgot some parts of the words. I hope you don't mind.
You can do anything you want.
All right, I'm going to stand up, and let's see.
This is so cool.
There comes a time when we hit a certain cold, and the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift on earth. We can go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere soon make a change. We are part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need. Come on with it. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a better day. Given, there's a choice we're making. We're saving all our life, and it's true. We'll make a better day, just you and me. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Tonia, tell me something.
What?
What is your biggest achievement in life? What is the thing that you have done that you find most happy to do in life?
Wow, that's a very good question. Well, the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life that took me 5 days in bed with fever, it was to leave La Prairie to make reality my dream, you know, because I was in a very good moment of my laboral career. And to decide that it was, I tell you, I spent 5 days in bed, but I knew that it was the time to do it. I knew it. And it's not easy, because in my case was that, but to follow your dreams, you must have the focus on it. Otherwise, it's very easy to miss them. No, some I don't know how to say. My heart was telling me, Tonia, now you are 48 years, and it's now or never, like the song. It's now or never. And probably if I will be doing what I was doing, I will be happy, you know, because it was wonderful. But it's not what my heart was telling me. So for me, it was very important to follow my soul and my heart. I don't know how it will go, because I tell you, with all this is happening with COVID and everything, I was just starting and now everything stopped. But I keep going, and we will see. But my heart is happy. Even I have my heart moments, because we are living all this, how do you say, incertidumbre, when you don't know what is going on. Uncertainties. Yes, and that can generate a lot of anxiety, which I think most of us we have. But this is a big lesson to learn how to live here and now, how to stay here and now, and enjoy every single moment of life. That's for me the gift with all this is happening. So
this is beautiful, Tonia. And when you took this decision, did you heal, or you continued in bed having the fever, or you felt that when you felt that, you immediately felt better?
Yes, I felt like let's see, how can I explain? You know, when you are doing something and it's like to be swimming against current. When you are swimming against current and suddenly you turn out and you are swimming with the current.
You're going with the flow.
Yes, that was the sensation. Even not everything is going to be perfect, because you will find difficulties, but you are doing what you think you have to do in that moment, what your heart is telling you to do. And there is something bigger than is telling you, okay, Tonia, you are fine, keep going. And somehow, for me, it's not that important to arrive to the final result. For me, the most important is the path.
The journey.
Meanwhile, I want to be happy. I want to be thinking, okay, maybe I'm not the most rich person in the world, or I don't have, but material things for me are not important. What is more important is that I'm real with myself. Is that I'm faithful to myself. That this is an act of love to myself.
Yeah, and by loving yourself, you are able to love others like you love yourself.
That's a bit true.
Help others like you are helping yourself.
Yes, that's a big true. Yeah. By loving myself, I can give the best to the other ones. But if I'm not fine with myself, yes, I can do, but it's not the same. Not at all.
Tonia, would you say that this could be described as your purpose? This is your purpose in life?
Until the moment, I don't know which is the purpose in my life, to be honest. I think my purpose in life, you know what it is? Just to live. Just to live. Just to be here experimenting life. And somehow, I don't know why I'm here, like you are, because I decided to be here somewhere. That's what I think. So everything that happens to my life is because I created somehow. And because I want to go through that. Pain, happiness, people, circumstances. So what I think that I'm doing here, the purpose of my life here is exactly to live this life. And if I'm here, let's do it with joy, no? Let's try to do it with joy.
Tonia, tell me something, because we have been speaking a lot and you have been telling a lot about this, but it seems like a person that is totally anxious and is always worried with what's going on with the COVID, with the virus, with the economy and so on. How can a person like this get into that state, get into that awareness? Because you cannot say, how can you take an anxious person, an extremely worried person with everything that is going on, to become a calm one and to have that kind of vision? What advice? Just tell me your advice, okay?
Well, I think it is a process, okay? But for somebody which is having a very, very hard time in this moment, that you don't see light, that you are in a completely darkness, not to lose the hope, not in those moments you cannot be objective, right? But you know what I ask myself and what I remember myself every day? I wake up, I open my eyes and I think, what if this will be my last day in life? And it works to me. It really works. And I said to myself, no matter what happened, I'm going to give this the best of me, and I will try to do my best, because life can be very hard sometimes. We know that a lot of people. We are very fortunate. A lot of people, most part of the people in the world is dying because of hunger. We all know that. So not to lose the faith, no matter who do you believe in, no matter the faith in yourself, especially. But it is a big process when you start to know yourself. Then it's a big process. It can be long or short because everybody is different. Some people they change that, and some other people it takes a lot of time. But not to give up.
I was reading a while ago that opportunities usually come disguised by misfortune or bad luck. So even in the middle of this COVID situation, of this pandemic, this breakdown in economy, there's always opportunity. There's always the chance to do something different. There's always something to be learned. So it's really a beautiful perspective, the one that you have just mentioned, that when you wake up, if this was your last day, how would it be? So to make the best of it, right, Tonia?
Yes, just to try to be the best version of yourself every day. I know it's not easy because it's very, we are used to forget things, you know. Years ago, I was in bed in the hospital because I had few operations. And I remember I was watching TV and there was an advertisement with people just playing in the garden with a sandwich, you know, like a camping. And I was thinking, I only need that. Anything else? I only need that to be with my people, my love. How do you say it? My family, my friends. Yes, I only need that, and I remember that every day. When my mind is starting to create anxiety, and I have my crisis, and the thing is not to stop your feelings. The question is how you can control your emotions. How do you do an autogestion of your emotions? To be happy is not to be the whole day, oh, I'm so happy. No. I think for me, a healthy person and happy person knows how to go through all emotions, like sadness, anger, anxiety, and it's a different thing. It's not to lose your center somehow. If I'm cross, I will tell you, Daniela, I have the day, yeah? No me hables. but I will tell you how I am. Just show yourself, be authentic. We have to be more authentic. That makes the difference in the world. This pandemic is an opportunity. We will not have other opportunity like this. So let's be the best version of ourselves. And you can ask me, but what can we do with all this? You can do what you can do in your quotidian day with your people, and that's a lot. And if everybody does what they can do, imagine it's like one drop in the ocean.
Completely. Oh. Tonia, I want to ask you to invite you again. I maybe you have just prepared one song, but I miss listening to you singing so much that I would like to ask you to sing us another song, and maybe before you sing that song, to give us your final words for this interview, for the people that are listening or that will be listening to this. What would you like them to? What would you like to tell them?
Like a message for them.
Yes. You have had many messages during this interview.
Oh
people,
my God.
Hear the signs, people. But your final word.
let's see. Well, just what I was saying actually just a moment ago. No matter which are your circumstances, no matter what is happening, keep going till the last breath you have, and don't give up. Never, never. And try to enjoy every single thing in your life, and to be in the present. That is going to give you freedom from the past and from the future. Yeah, that we don't know. Enjoy your coffee in the morning, one kiss to your husband or wife, your kids. We've been without having touch contact because of the pandemic. Let's appreciate to give a hug. Let's show up our emotions. If you want to say something, somebody, tell them. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't leave things till tomorrow, because we don't know where are we going to be tomorrow. So, and be yourself. One thing very important. Don't be in the fear. Be in joy, because you are here to enjoy life, not to be in fear. That's my opinion.
It's true, Tonia. It's true. Now, can you sing again?
Yes, of course. I'm thinking of what can I sing. Okay, this is an introduction from a song of Jocelyn Brown. Let's see. A ver, vamos a ver. I can't get off my high horse, and I can't let you go. You are the one you are the one who make me feel so real. Yeah. Oh, what am I supposed to do? Whoa, what am I supposed to do, baby, when I'm so hooked up on you? Then I realize that you are somebody else's guy. Whoa, yeah, why you wanna do this to me, boy? Bravo. Ay, gracias. Muchas gracias.
I'm so happy that you have accepted this invitation, that you were here, as always, beautiful, with your open-hearted, very spontaneous as always, as we know you. So I'm really blessed that you have accepted my invitation to be my first magic talker.
My dear, I'm blessing for your invitation. I want to say that I love you. You know, I love you so much. I'm very proud of you, because you are a woman with a lot of strength and great character, and with many aptitudes. And I'm very lucky that you are my friend. Thank you very much for this interview. And I'm sure we will do many other things, and we are going to see many other things. And follow with this path, because you are on the way, my dear. I love you so much. Thank you for everybody which is listening to us.
Thank you so much.
Everybody, Isidro. Thank you.
Tonia, just before we finish, don't forget, before we shut down our talk, our video, don't forget to save, when you finish, don't forget to save on IGTV, okay, so that others can see the video afterwards on your account.
I hope I will do it well, because now I will press finalize, and it will give me the option, I guess, no?
Exactly. Don't worry. Okay. Anyway, I've asked a friend to record it, just in case. But
okay.
Okay.
Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you,
Obrigada.
Obrigada, querida. Ciao.
Ciao, Bella. Ciao, everybody.